Hey Steve, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good, Chad. Pretty good.
Great, great.
One thing about SonicWall is we have more endpoints and more data points than just about any other security company out there. We've been around for more than 25 years, and we've been a small business standard for most of that time. So because of that, every little mom and pop doctor's office up to enterprise engineering firms and everything like that has a SonicWall deployed, so we can get a risk meters from a wide range of people.
So you have you call it your boundless cyber protection, which encompasses a lot of your technology, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the boundless cyber protection really is broken down into three pillars. Know the unknown, right? That's where we actually use our risk meters, and it's rooted in universal intelligence to actually capture and identify in real time all the risks that are out there. We have our Capture Advanced Threat Protection Cloud Sandbox that actually has that also incorporates our RTDMI real-time deep memory inspection, just to really capture what others don't. So as you can see here, this shows you all the different threats that are out there, and it just shows that's the worldwide perimeter. This is if you look at the yellow. If you actually look at the red, that's actually some of the SonicWall networks and what is stopping. And then if you actually look into the yellow, that's actually what our final layer is stopping, our Capture ATP with RTDMI, and it's stopping all of the threats from getting into your particular endpoint. Now, a lot of that doesn't mean anything unless it's customized. And once we actually can show you a demo, we can actually have an engineer show exactly those threats coming in from real time, so you can actually see where they're all going. It's actually a pretty powerful demo. So I look forward to hopefully doing a couple of those with you there, Chad.
Okay, great.
Yeah, our cloud app security is a newer product. We've actually had it out for a little over 2 years now. And what it will do is it'll actually secure, most commonly, your Office 365 environment. So it's really going to be a replacement for traditional email security. What makes that so exciting is everybody's always thought of email security as a box that sits in front of your Exchange or sits behind your Exchange, and all the spam goes from there. Well, with Capture, we're actually going to secure Office 365 from an API level. So that way, everything is going to be sequestered just like some of our firewall technology does. And then you would just use Office 365's anti-spam built in, because it's really just a mature technology that everybody has at this point. And the nice thing about that also is it doesn't just secure Office 365. At that point, it will also secure Slack, Dropbox, your Box, all of those other data storage out there as well.
Wow.
So that's a product that's really exciting. And for all of these distributed enterprises out there, for all of these companies like you guys that don't have any centralized way of dealing with it, it's not like you guys have like a central email server or a central server where everything's kept.
Right.
It's actually the wave of the future and how we're actually securing all the environments. So,
does it work like a portal? You go to the cloud security app portal at SonicWall, and then it takes you. Then you connect to your other cloud technology.
Yeah. So, and we can have a demo of that at any point if you have any of your customers that are interested. But you're actually going to have an interface. You just open up a browser window just like anything else, and then you can actually access your Office 365 or email just like normal. And it'll be mostly in the background from what you're seeing. From an administrator level, though, of course, that's going to get a lot more granular. And I'd be happy to set up a demo with any one of you or your customers, and we can show you a little bit more about that.
Awesome.
So we've actually partnered with SentinelOne to bring endpoint protection into the modern age. What's interesting about SentinelOne's technology is they've always used a machine learning approach rather than relying on signatures to be updated on a daily or weekly basis like older antivirus technologies. So we partnered up with them. We actually put our Capture ATP Cloud Sandbox, the same sandbox, the Advanced Threat Protection Cloud Sandbox, the same one that's on all of our firewalls, actually on each endpoint for all of our Capture Client customers. Capture Client is what is the product name. So that way you have not only SentinelOne's award-winning endpoint protection, protecting you like nobody else does right now, but you also have Capture ATP Cloud Sandbox in case something is getting through. You have that dual layer, so it's a mixture. It's the best of both worlds, really. Wow. Yeah, so it is pretty impressive in that respect. Well, I mean, we're getting into other technologies as well. We also have our virtual firewall, so we're not just a physical firewall company anymore. We have our virtual firewalls that are meant for public and private clouds, including Azure, AWS, and VMware and Hyper-V. So if you still want more of a traditional firewall in your cloud environment, then we have the best of both worlds right there with our virtual firewalls. We also have switches that we're actually releasing here. Layer 1 and Layer 2 switches that'll actually be perfect for the distributed enterprise. So look out for those announcements. We actually released some SKUs this month. So that's pretty exciting for us as well.
Oh, we'll have to do another one of those. Another tech talk on that.
Absolutely. Probably get an engineer in for that one.
So a virtual firewall, is that so if you have your server infrastructure at a co-location or or like you said, Azure, AWS, you can put that in front of those environments?
Correct. That's exactly what it's designed to do. So that way, if you don't have any physical servers and everything is in AWS or everything is in Azure, that way you're still getting a virtual version of SonicWall's firewalls and their technology in front of it, securing it just like our physical device would. So that way you're not missing a beat. You're not getting some watered down version that we just have up there in the cloud. This is actually real SonicWall technology that we have that's specifically designed for public and private clouds.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I mean, it seems like ever since we moved away from Dell back at the end of 2016, we've come out with just product after product. We didn't really innovate a whole lot during the 4 years that, I don't want to go too deep into it because we appreciate Dell, and I was a Dell employee for many years. But at the same time, it's allowed us to really innovate since we broke away, and it's taken us in some exciting directions, including where we are now and finally releasing switches like many other security companies as well. So pretty exciting stuff ahead for us.
The question I want to talk to you about too is, what's the difference between SonicWall and Cisco, SonicWall versus Palo Alto, SonicWall versus Fortinet? We always loved SonicWall and have had great security with SonicWall, but SonicWall for some reason gets knocked down a lot by not really knocked down, but
right.
These other companies are like, oh, SonicWall is not they're not a real enterprise firewall. The Fortinets and the Palo Altos and the Ciscos are. So
yeah, we've always made our bread and butter for the last at least more than 20 years off the small business. I mean, that's the space we dominate. We're actually the leader in the small and medium business market share in that space, and that's where we made our reputation off of. Distributed enterprises, retail is really big for us as well. So when you're talking those big enterprise players like Cisco, Fortinet, now and Palo Alto, of course. That's what they always go back on. Oh, they're just a small business firewall company. If you want to secure your dentist's office, go with SonicWall. Well, that's still true, but because of the leaps and bounds that we've made with all the investments that we've made in all of our new products, like what we were discussing before, our enterprise has taken a large leap. We've actually got larger enterprise firewalls, our 12 and 14K series for data centers and things of that nature, and the largest of enterprises. We also have our secure mobile access that can scale infinitely and will actually allow your entire workforce, no matter how large it is, to work from home. So that's a pretty exciting technology as well. It uses SSL VPN. It's a separate box from your firewall, and that's actually been used in the enterprise space very successfully for many years. We actually acquired that technology back before we were owned by Dell by acquiring a company called Aventail. And they were already the leader in that enterprise space for the secure mobile, for the mobile access, secure, using the SSL VPN technology. So those are all things we can show you. And of course, those are all things that have become increasingly important here over the last 3 or 4 months with all of the work from home that everybody's doing. Everything is remote now. So you can access your environment with secure mobile access. You can secure all of your endpoints with our Capture client at the partnership with SentinelOne, and at your head office you can still have a traditional firewall there, or you can actually have a virtual firewall with our MSV. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Our stuff now scales, as big as your business can go, no matter for the largest enterprise or for the smallest dentist office. So we're all pretty proud of that.
That's neat. You guys have really, you talk about the boundless security offering. So you're talking about secure remote access. You're talking about firewalls, virtual firewalls, cloud app security. I mean, you guys have a endpoint security also. So you guys have a real depth of security offerings now. Absolutely.
And secure mobile access is something that we've always had. It's just kind of always been in the background. And actually, it's been one of our really few enterprise plays, even back from when we were more of a small business focus. It was one of our ways to get into the enterprise early, pre-2010, pre-2008. So
we use a secure remote access devices at our clients, and they never let us down.
Absolutely. It's a very proven technology, and it's one that we'd be happy to demo as well. Of course.
Okay. All right, Steve. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, Chad. Thanks for having me today.
Okay. All right.